Welcome back to React Wizards. Last time we created a custom component to give our app to professional touch. But how do we make sure they always work perfectly? Today we'll write down the test case using Jest and the testing library. Ready to become a React testing ninja? Let's go. The first question is, why we have two different frameworks, Jest and React testing library? Guys, Jest is not alternative of React testing library. The both framework required to each other. React testing library is actually user-centric testing, means like the button click, dialog click, these things. While Jest is a test runner that specify various testing, need to be like we need to mock some data. Before the React testing library, guys, we was using engine framework. There we was grabbing the UI element, and on the basis of that we are actually mock the data. But from last couple of years we are using React testing library only. One more thing, with the Vite, guys, we does not get the Jest and the React testing library. We need to install manually only, because Vite is giving us to blank only the React project. So if we'll go and watch it, the package.json, we will see we does not have any test case related thing. Only we have the Vite and the TypeScript, or what we are installing one by one. These things only we have. Configure the Jest and the React testing library. We need to follow some steps. In this project, guys, I already added the two more common components. One is the loader and another is the Slack. You guys can check and see the code also. If you have any doubt, please write down the comment. I will actually help out you also to explain the line by line. So today we are installing the Jest. So let's start the installing the Jest one. So to Jest, guys, we need to be run. These are the basically package. Jest testing. This is for the TypeScript. This is the testing library we require. This is the user event. When we click it, by default we have fire event, but we can use the user event also. This is the Jest DOM. So these library we require to run a test case. So if we will use the create React tab, by default we will get the Jest and the React testing library. But with the Vite we need to do manually. So let's run it. This one we can use this command either through the yarn or npm also. Second step, after this one is done, we need to be go into the TypeScript configuration file, and here we need to be just enable the one of the ES module interop. Actually this we will enable it over here. Next thing, we need to create a Jest configuration file on a root folder. We are creating over here jest.config.ts file or either JSON file. Both file is supported, but it should be in our folder only. So let me move into the folder here. In this blank file we will write down the Jest configuration related thing. So this configuration we required it. So this is the configuration. Here we have the we wanted to be write on the coverage related thing. This is we wanted to be the ignore the coverage. So almost all these things we have. This is the main line where we are TypeScript related, all these things as well, compiled by the TypeScript Jest only. Another thing is we should be have the Jest setup file also. So let's create the one more file over here, setup.ts file. In this file we will just write down this one after each in Jest. These are the two things we need to configure over here. So this sense means when the Jest will be run, all the setup related thing, the global related thing, all these things we can define it over here. After this one, we need to be just write down one script tag over here to run the Jest test case. We will write down the test : Jest. So we can run our test case through simply npm run test. Final thing is we need to write down the one of the test case of our component. So test this configuration. We'll go into the common and we have the button. First we will write down the test case of it. Test case we can write down into __ test folder, or directly we can create file also. Both of these ways our industries are following it. So we'll make it a file directly over here only. So we'll make the file name is button.test.tsx. It could be test also, it could be specs file also. Here we'll write down our first test case. All the test case, guys, we will start with the describe testing for what purpose. So here writing down test case for the button component. Inside it we will write down the one by one test case. This is actually we called it actually test suits also. Inside it we need to write down our test case. So these are the test case. Suppose this is the one of the test case, should render without any issues. So meaning we are expecting true and it should be true also. So similarly we need to write down our test case related to our component only. So what is our first component? We can make like a way, this is our button component, but render button with the children, or we can write down the statement with the should keyword also. Here we'll define it render. So render is the function, inside it our component will be render it. So we will render it button component. Inside the button component we can write down button also, because we know actually it will accept the children over here, right? So this is children, so it will work like a way. This render should be come from the React testing library. So let's import the React testing library also. From React testing library. this one. and here we'll write down the render. So from here we can use the render screen. Screen means if you have anything we wanted to get it from the DOM, we can use the screen. So it's very similar to like document we are using in JavaScript. We'll use it expect. We are expecting this should be work like event. So we are expecting screen dot get by text should be there into browser. So to be in the document, by default we does not have, we need to use the another package that is called Jest DOM. Jest DOM we already installed while running all the commands. So Jest DOM we will use it over here. So this is our first test case. Now to run this test case, we need to run simply one of the command is npm run Jest. Might be chances we will get an error and we need to be configure something else also in our setup. We will run npm run. And here we got one error, so we need to install one more thing that is called ts node. So ts node was missing, we need to install that package also. So this is the ts node. So guys, after this session I will commit all the codes, so you guys can check on this commit and understand which package I install it. The same way you can install it also. So now after that we can just simply run it, npm run test. This is our test case file, it is picking up, and this is our test case is pass it also, and it's running the test coverage. So in the test coverage, these are the things are failed. So we'll go there one by one file by the pressing the control and click. We don't require this line, we will remove it. We will go there exactly another file. We don't require this line also, we will remove it. This one also we don't require it. Let's run it one more time, the test case. We can run the test case into watch mode also. So now the test case is ran, and after that it will run the coverage file also. Now we can see this button is here. We'll see this is percent, statement is 100%, branch is actually 76%, means some branches didn't cover. Function is covered 100%, line is covered 100%. Let's see where is the actually we have the button. So this is our component, inside in it we have the button. When we'll see this is the button, and line number 46 to 7. This is line is didn't cover. So these are the line 46 and 7 because we have some conditions. So these condition data also we should send, then only this statement will be satisfied. And line number 53 is also didn't satisfied. So there also might be we have some conditions because related to loading only. So to complete this statement we need to pass this data also. To complete the statement we need to pass the loading props also, and this loading props we can pass it. By default we have the false. We can write down to one more test case to complete or achieve the 100% of the test coverage. We'll write down the one more test case over here. We'll copy existing test case, we'll paste it. We'll see should render loader, and here inside it we will pass it loading equal to true, or either we can just simply write down loading also. By default if we will write down something, it will take as a true only. We can prove it also. If we have loading, this button text should not be appear, so that is also we can write down query by text. We should not write down get by text. Get by text actually will get an error, because if the text it does not exist, then it will give error. Query by text is actually written as a null also, so we can check to be null also. This is the way, or we can check it should not be in the document also. Both the way we can test it also. Let's run it. We can see this is also done. Now it's actually generating the coverage over here. Came into 92%. Now we have 46 line number. We need to cover it exactly. Now what is 46 line number is saying full width. This is also we need to cover, and this is we can cover full width is by default is false. So we can write down one more test case over here. Should render with full width. Here we'll write down the full width. Okay, what the full width is actually giving us, it will actually just add this class w full only. Test case we can write down should render with the full width. We will have the full width. Now we will check. This is the button definitely will get, so we can write down get by text. So this button will get, and here we can write down to have full width. So to have the class full width, so this button we will get this class over here. So all the classes we are applying on this one only. This is the button class, so we can actually expect this particular button should have the class full width only. So let's run this also. So this test case is also passed. Now it should become 100% only. So now we can see all are 100%. Right, so this is the way guys we can write down the test case of other component also. You guys can try it to write down the test case for input, loader and the select. If you have any doubt or anywhere you stuck it also, please message me or write down a comment. We will sort out it also. One more thing guys, if you wanted to generate a coverage folder, there we have one HTML file. We can click on the HTML file and we can see in the browser what is the line we covered it or what we didn't cover it. That is also we can generate. Over here first we will generate a new script file, test hyphen, any name we can give. I am giving test hyphen coverage, and Inside in it, I'm just writing down just hyphen coverage. When we run this command, the coverage folder should be created, and coverage folder, whatever the name we wanted to give, that name we can give it over here. To generate a coverage folder, or that particular test case file only should be generated, the test coverage only, then we can comment it all these things. We don't want it to be run it whole project also. Now we will run it this command test coverage, npm run test coverage. It will run the test case of that particular test case file only, and we can see one folder is also created. Inside init folder, this index.html file we can run on browser. I'm running through the open with the live server, but we can run directly, double click on this file also, we can run it also. Once we run on this browser, we will see this kind of structure will become, and here we can see this is the statement, this is a branch, this is function, and this is a line. Here we'll see the percentage of this file also. When we click it, we can see all the lines and everything also, it's covering it. If it is didn't covered, we will see over here yellow. Either if we have statement like the conditional statement like this one, it will, we could see the F or E. F means the if statement, E means the else statement. Yellow means it is didn't covered it. Yellow means the branches. Red means a statement didn't cover it. So like a way, this file will be show us exactly. Okay, so one is the way we can see the line number over here. Another is we can see into this coverage folder is also there. Now we can see once we ran it, our project is also stopped. Now we wanted to run this project continuously. So we can just add on one more variable, watch on. Once we hit this command, it will keep running it. Means once we change it anything, it's keep running it, and it will modify our data. We don't need to run it manually again and again. So if I'll go there, and suppose if I'm changing it, should render with the full width class. Once I save, it's re-render it. Watch means always check the test case file. If the file got a change, then immediately the test case is also recompiled. Okay, so like this way we can actually configure our test cases, and we will increase the productivity also. So in this video we'll learn it how to set up a Jest and the React testing library in a React Vite project, and we created a test case also for one of the component also. Similar to that, we can write down more test case also. So thanks for watching the video guys. See you in the next video. Till the time, happy coding.